For most of the Western world, the staple of cartoon shows was provided mostly by Cartoon Network. However, here in India, the situation was slightly different because at least for the kids of the early 2000s, Pogo TV was the altar for most diverse and entertaining mix of cartoon shows in general. Welcome to Wonder WhyZ, and today we will have a look at the rise and fall of Pogo TV in the Indian subcontinent. The channel was launched in 2004 and since then it quickly grew to become a household name in the Indian families. The best fact about Pogo was that it didn't rely heavily on age mechanics. Thus, this was not just a channel meant for toddlers only. Even teens and young adults could also enjoy the shows on Pogo TV. Towards the beginning, the channel started showing mostly cartoon shows like Looney Tunes and Scooby-Doo, but soon enough, different genres popped in that suited to everyone's taste. Another great aspect of Pogo was its schedule. In the morning, it telecasted the simpler cartoons like Oswald, Noddy and Bob the Builder. Oh, I love you Bob, and I still hate the reboot. But towards the evening, its demographic changed a bit towards pre-teens and early teens. Along with that, we also got a bunch of different anime series like one of my all-time favorite, Shonen Jungle Book, Astro Boy, Pokemon, etc. This era, especially around 2009 to 2010, was the heyday of Pogo TV. Because not only was it telecasting must-see cartoon shows and anime shows, but it also had some of the best live action stuff as well. I can never forget shows like Gransazers, Ultraman, Mr. Bean, Sabrina, and even Shaktiman. But out of all these live action shows, I would like to give special mention to three shows in general. First was Kambala Investigation Agency or CIA. Man, I loved this show a lot. It was technically my first introduction to Sheena Bajaj, Frisia and Aditya. Anyway, next show was Takeshi's Castle. Now, if you are an Indian, then you certainly don't need my explanation as to why this show was so good. Moreover, tagging along with that was the voice of Javed Jafri. That was an iconic duo. And lastly, the brilliance of Harun Roberts in the highly acclaimed art show Mad. Thus, I think you get my point. Pogo TV had it all. It had everything for everyone from boys to girls, kids to teens. It had shows like Winx Club to Kitretsu and Oswald to Ultraman. Such a vivid and lustrous mixture is indeed a recipe for success. But when that mixture was removed, it resulted in the downfall of the mighty Pogo channel. You see, during its peak years, a little Indian cartoon started airing on Pogo, and that cartoon was none other than Chhota Bheem. Now, as much as I hate this little cartoon, I would still like to maintain some decency and behave in a civilized manner on YouTube. So sorry, but I won't start another Chhota Bheem related rant on this video. But the guys making this show were really very clever. They knew the market well and they struck at the correct opportunity. In fact, I have a video describing how Chhota Bheem captured the Indian market so easily. The links are in the description below. Do watch it. Nevertheless, coming back to our Pogo related video, the unprecedented rise of Chhota Bheem indirectly led to the downfall of Pogo TV. You see, the channel slowly started to become greedy. In order to sell more merchandise, Pogo started promoting Chhota Bheem heavily, but at the cost of other great shows. They saw this as a great opportunity to compete with other channels like Disney, which had popular Japanese shows like Doraemon and Shin-chan. Thus, Chhota Bheem became the cash cow for Pogo TV. But sadly, the channel started neglecting a large chunk of its main audience, that is, the pre-teens and the early teens, who were more inclined towards shows like Justice League, Spider-Man, etc. This divide grew more and more with time, as Chhota Bheem started capturing the runtime of other shows. It finally came to a point where the channel telecasted Chhota Bheem throughout the day with some CIA and MAD reruns in the early morning. That's all, nothing more. And today, it's mostly dominated with Chhota Bheem and a few other Indic shows just like it. Now, to be very honest, Pogo is not completely done. It is not ruined, so to speak, because it is still being watched by toddlers all across the country. But by the fall of Pogo TV, I wanted to emphasize on its fall from grace, how glamorous and glorious it used to be back in the day when it appealed to such a large audience. For me, Pogo is now as good as dead. Rest in peace, Pogo. Thanks for all the good childhood memories you have given me and to the early 2000 kids. But we certainly cannot change how time flows. So I guess that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That's it for today. This is Wonder WhyZ and I'll see you soon in the next video.